The first scream didn't come from the child. It came from the Galactic Oversight Relay, a station so neutral that even war declarations were filtered through polite language and 3 layers of legal delay. When the alert tore through its crystalline halls, diplomats froze mid-sentence, translators stuttered, and ancient species who had survived supernovae felt something dangerously close to fear. Unauthorized extraction confirmed. Subject: human juvenile. Location: Outer Perseus Arm, Frontier World Kel, 7. For 3 full seconds, no one spoke. Then the Hraxian ambassador, a being made of plated chitin and arrogance, laughed. A child, he clicked dismissively. You interrupt this council over a child? The Terran seat was empty. Humanity rarely sent representatives anymore. They didn't need to. Their silence carried more weight than speeches ever had. An Athari elder finally found her voice, her tendrils trembling. Which human faction? The relay answered before anyone else could. Non-state actor. Pirate Guild. Black Comet. The laughter stopped. Everyone in the chamber understood the same thing at the same time. This wasn't a diplomatic incident. It was a countdown. Beginning. The taking. Kel, 7 was supposed to be safe. A quiet mining colony orbiting a red dwarf, populated by mixed-species families who wanted distance from galactic politics. Humans lived there in small numbers: engineers, terraformers, ex-soldiers trying to forget wars they never talked about. 8-year-old Mira Alvarez had been born there. She was human, but Kel, 7, was home. She spoke 3 trade languages, rode hoverskiffs too fast, and had a habit of befriending things that should not be friendly, like the massive burrowing crawler she'd named Pebbles. The pirates arrived at dusk. Black Comet ships didn't announce themselves. They slipped out of folded space like knives through fabric, weapons hot, shields already raised. Their goal was simple: hostages, ransom, leverage. They rounded up colonists fast. Too fast. Mira had been racing Pebbles along the dust flats when the stun web caught her. She didn't scream. She didn't cry. She kicked, bit, and yelled words she'd learned from older human miners. It took 3 pirates to subdue her. Their captain, a sleek blue-skinned Virex named Krull, watched with amusement. Feisty, he said. This one will fetch a good price. A human woman broke from the crowd, blood on her face. Please, she begged. She's just a child. Krull tilted his head. Exactly. They jumped before the Terran distress beacon finished transmitting. That was Black Comet's second mistake. The first was touching a human child. Middle. The galaxy remembers. The human response did not come with threats. It came with movement. Deep in soul space, systems long thought abandoned woke up. Ancient shipyards powered on. Dry docks that hadn't opened in centuries split apart, revealing hulls scarred by wars that had rewritten galactic history. The Terran Strategic Archive unlocked itself. No vote was taken. No leader gave a speech. The system-wide alert carried a single line. Priority Omega, recover human juvenile. Across human space, civilians stopped what they were doing. Mothers hugged their children tighter. Veterans reached for weapons they swore they'd never touch again. And the machines, those terrifying, loyal machines, listened. The Galactic Council scrambled. The Hraxians demanded restraint. The Telnari called for negotiations. Even the warlike Kroth suggested a joint task force. The Thari elder whispered what everyone was thinking. Has anyone informed the pirates? No one answered, because Black Comet had already realized something was wrong. Their navigation systems started glitching. Long-range sensors filled with static. One by one, subspace relays went dark behind them, like doors quietly locking. Krull snarled. Status. Captain, his navigator said, voice shaking. We're being mapped. Actively. By something using our own wake signatures. That's impossible. The ship shuddered. Not from impact, but from proximity. Something big had arrived without folding space. That alone was impossible. The child. Mira sat in a containment cell designed for prisoners 3 times her size. She wasn't crying. She was counting. Her father had taught her that how to slow your breathing, how to count seconds, how to remember where you were taken from. She tapped the floor with her heel. 72 taps between engine surges. She smiled faintly. They're close, she whispered. A pirate guard scoffed. Who? Mira looked up at him. My people. Escalation. 1,000 worlds notice. The first Terran ship appeared near the pirate convoy without firing a shot. It didn't broadcast identification. It didn't need to. Every species knew the silhouette. A judgment-class interdicto, a relic from humanity's darkest era, built for wars where surrender was considered mercy. Then another arrived. Then 10. Then the stars themselves seemed to rearrange as human vessels dropped out of impossible vectors, surrounding the pirates in a sphere of cold, absolute control. The Galactic relay lit up with emergency pings. Border worlds reported human fleets passing through without slowing, without asking permission. Old treaties automatically suspended themselves. Defense grids powered down rather than risk drawing attention. A Kroth warlord famously declared, "We are not involved," and ordered his entire sector evacuated. Someone finally sent a message to Black Comet. It was short. Return the child. Now. Krall laughed, desperation edging his voice. They're bluffing. No one starts a war over. The interdictor fired. Not at the pirate ships. At space itself. Reality folded inward, trapping Black Comet in a gravity well so precise it could only have been designed by something that had practiced this before. A lot. The rescue. Human boarding pods breached the pirate flagship silently. No alarms. No shouting. Just human soldiers moving like ghosts, faces calm, eyes burning with something old and terrible. They bypassed Krall entirely. Their orders were clear. Find the child. Mira heard the cell door melt open. A human soldier knelt instantly, lowering himself to her eye level. Hi, Mira, he said gently. I'm Sergeant Cole. You did great. She blinked. You're late. He smiled just a little. Traffic. He wrapped her in a thermal cloak and carried her out. Behind them, the ship burned. Ending. Consequences. The galaxy waited for punishment. It didn't come. Instead, humanity did something far worse. They documented everything. Black Comet's leadership was captured alive and tried, not by humans, but by a joint tribunal where humanity provided the evidence and then stepped back. The verdict was unanimous. The sentence was permanent exile to a dead system. No ships, no comms, no rescue. A living warning. The Galactic Council issued a formal apology. Humanity accepted it. Then added a clause to galactic law. Article 1. Human juveniles are to be considered protected entities of maximum priority. Article 2. Violation of Article 1 constitutes a threat to galactic stability. Every species signed. Because they remembered the silence. They remembered the fleets. They remembered how close the galaxy came to learning what humans did when they stopped holding back. Years later, Mira stood on Cal 7's dust flats again. Pebbles chirped beneath the ground. Her father watched her, older now, proud and tired. Do you know why they came so fast? He asked. She nodded. Because I'm human. He smiled softly.